The platformer Deathless is a list of the 50 most difficult levels that someone has verified or beaten, and it's been mostly smooth sailing so far, with a few exceptions such as Chromosite being placed onto Jetpack for 4 minutes. But recently, the hugest drama of the Deathless just occurred. The level we're going to be talking about is Prometheon 2. It's 22nd on the Demon list and is made by Aibyou and has a total of 12 victors as of right now. The level is a grueling challenge featuring a bunch of precise and tight jumps in the first part, and then in the second part you have this pink orb water section where you have to memorize a click pattern and one tiny micro jump right before the next checkpoint. In the last part, you have a few squeeze jump and a really tight yellow orb timing, and then you beat the level. However, somebody found a skip that trivializes the entire difficulty of Promethean 2. By jumping through one of the center spikes, you can go to the very top and just simply jump to the end of the level, ignoring every difficult part. Alongside that, 2.202 released recently, which removes all the slippery physics in the air, making it even easier to beat Promethean 2. Due to this, Aibyou decided to buffdate the level and remove the skip, and also one of the checkpoints in the level was unintentional, so Aibyou, they removed the first checkpoint. But the issue was that the pink orb section in the middle was by far the hardest part of the level, and was so inconsistent. This became a problem because 9 out of the 12 victors of this level died after reaching the first checkpoint, and their records would now be invalidated due to this buff date. However, the list was still rewarding them the same amount of points for a far easier version of this level. This led to a rather long debate where people were trying to come to a consensus on whether to remove this points or records for people who used the first checkpoint, change the placement of the level and just keep the same score, try to get the checkpoint back, or just remove the level from the list entirely. In addition, at this time, 2.203 released, so the level became even harder because slippery physics in the air came out. After that, I pointed out to Aibyou that there was an unintentional buff with the fixed hitboxes. One of the jumps in the first part became way harder unintentionally because of these two rectangles, and thankfully that became reverted after it was pointed out. And then 2.204 released, making the level a bit easier than 2.203, because most of the slipperiness in the air was removed, but not entirely. So at this point, this level literally went through a million different versions of the same level based on physics changes and nerfs and buffs. And eventually Aibyou just saw people kept talking about this level, so they just decided to add the checkpoint back. And that was the whole Promethean 2 drama. Yeah, that was extremely convoluted. Subscribe.